Welcome to this session. Options before a corporate body to develop its website. Number one, the company can use a website builder, that is a available platform or tool that allows users to create website without writing codes. They need not write codes. They need not learn coding to create a website using visual drag and drop interface and pre-designed templates, because a website builder offers pre-built templates from which the builder can choose and create content using the drag and drop interface. All in one closed system. It is used all in one closed system. But there are least scope for standardization, customization to the needs and interest of the organization, because it is all in one system. A second kind of option for building a corporate website is using a content management system. That is a software that empowers you to create, manage and modify without learning coding, that is developing the expertise of coding. You can just use a software like the WordPress, that is more flexible, balance of ease and power, and such. That is a content management system software like a WordPress can help you design a website and maintain its contents. Often, content management systems are open platforms that offer greater customization and scalability. You can customize the design according to your choice, and you can also adopt new scalability, new scales for your website designing. A third option for designing a corporate website is custom coding, that is learn coding and build a website from scratch. In fact, that is the most tedious way of learning how to design a website, because you have to learn everything. Knowledge of computer science like coding to build such a website, professional and specialized website. A fourth option is hire a professional developer, web developer, to build your site. Selection of the method depends on which option you will select, whether you will go for a website builder, whether you will select a content management system, whether you will opt for coding and building a corporate website from scratch, or you will just hire the services of a website builder. All depends on your technical knowledge, your budget and desired level of control, to what extent you want control on the website. So all the three things will help you to decide. Designing a corporate website with a website builder. If you are planning to avail the first option of designing a website using a website builder, then we will have to follow certain steps, because a website builder is a user-friendly platform for beginners. A person without understanding the technicalities of coding and anything can also build. It is for beginners to create a site quickly with drag and drop tools and pre-designed, templates. Everything is available in the program itself. You have to just select and start filling the content. To create a business website, define your goals. The first step is to define your goals. Second is choose a website builder. Third is register a domain name, because you have to register a domain name, that is the name you have suggested, and select a web host, that is a company that is a hosting company that will host your website, that will maintain your website on the internet. Then build your site by customizing a template, adding content and branding, and creating essential pages, because a website contains several pages. You will decide in which page you will provide what kind of content relating to your company. Finally, optimize for search engines. Optimize your website for search engines, because unless it is optimized, search engines will not be searching and indexing your company's website on a priority basis, because websites follow a three-step process. First, they crawl all the websites, they search all the websites available on the internet, index those websites according to the content, and provide a list of contents via index to help search the web. So crawling, indexing, and searching are the three important steps of searching a file, that is a website, web search engine follows. So keep all this in mind. So optimize your website for search engines so that search engines easily identify your file. Sometimes companies, pay to the search engines to prioritize the display, indexing, and display of their websites. So this is an option, but that comes only after building your website. So the three core stages are: plan and set up foundation. What you do in planning a website? Define your goals, what your goals are, what you want to achieve. Determine the purpose of that, focuses on determining the purpose of your website. Choose a website builder, that is the program you are going to use for building a website. There are three popular options, that will be Wix, Shopify, and Squarespace. These are three popular options available so far as website builder is concerned. Register a domain name, that is pick a unique, short and brand friendly domain name. That is the name you will use to represent your website, and register it, because unless it is registered, somebody else may take that. Secure web hosting, that is hire the services, purchase the services of a web hosting site. Choose a web hosting plan that provides reliable and secure services for hosting of your website. So it of course will depend upon the amount of money you are ready to pay, the amount you are ready to spend for hosting your company website. The second step is build and design your website. Select a template that aligns with your business interest, your business priorities. Customize your design, that is add your logo, brand colors, and fonts using the platform's tools. Use the platform, that is website builder, platforms, tools to create. You have to customize your design. Build pages. Create essential pages such as about us, product, services, contact us, frequently asked questions. All these pages, the basic pages. You can go on adding new pages, and all these are actually available on the website builder program itself. So customized options are available. Add content. Fill your site with high quality text, images, and videos that are informative and engaging. Once you select a particular template, the next step is actually putting the content, filling the contents with useful text, images, and videos that serves your purposes that you think are engaging to your audiences. Third stage of website building is optimize and launch. What the steps are followed? Optimize for search engines, that is use built-in tools to improve your site's visibility in search results by adding relevant keywords and optimizing your content. The website builder itself contains tools to examine how your proposed website is customized to SEO. That you can check before it's a publication. Test your website. Check all links, forms, and functionalities to ensure everything works correctly on different devices and browsers. So do all this before publishing your website. Then last step is publish your website. Launch your website by making it live for visitors to access. And after publishing, the next step is, of course, promoting your website. To bring it to the notice of other people, to the users. Use marketing efforts to drive traffic to your new website. Because unless traffic is maintained, unless people visit your website, it will not serve your public relation purpose. A very important factor is how your contents serve the public relation purpose. That's a tool. Using your website content as a public relation tool. What to do? What to emphasize? Press media sections. Press media sections. It should have a press media section, dedicated pages for press releases, media kits, news updates to make it easier for journalists and media persons to find accurate information about your company and activities. They can seek information from there without visiting your company. A second important requirement is blogs and stories. Regular publishing of expert articles, brand stories, and thought leadership builds authority and support SEO efforts. Ensure that. Third is crisis communication. Website offer a space to publish official statements whenever any crisis strikes an organization. It should have a section for clarifications and frequently asked questions, that for possible questions that may be asked during a crisis. Okay, so that will minimize reputational damages. Event and campaign highlights featuring past and upcoming events is very important because the media will take note of your coming activities, the awards your company wins, campaign results, help create transparency and reinforce a brand's activity to external stakeholders. So this is very important. The people should have access to the events your organization is organizing, the achievements of your organization, the rewards you receive, anything that you think is important. Testimonials and case studies. Publishing real client or customer testimonials, that is their impressions, statements about your company's quality of products and services, your company's commitment to serve customers. These testimonials could help to gain public confidence, improve your reputation, and the website containing all this will boost the website's trust, and it will also contribute to the trust of your organization. Showcase, impact, supports, positive brand positioning, everything. These are the advantages of using testimonials and case studies section as part of your website, okay, to convey your organization's achievements and public opinion about your organization. I have already mentioned another way to develop your website is to use a content management system. That is integrating a content management system as part of your website. So it should be, if you are opting one, it should be user-friendly interface. Okay, CMS platforms offer intuitive dashboards that allow even non-technical PR staff to manage and update content, ensuring efficient workflow. Multi-user collaborations. CMS tools enable multi-users and role-based access, allowing peer design and content teams to collaborate seamlessly without overwriting each other's work. So content collaboration, different teams can put content, different teams can update content without replacing each other's contents. Build in SEO and public and plugin support. Some content management systems offer built-in SEO and plugin supports that will be a useful, tool to improve your company's, public image. So most CMS platforms come with the SEO tools and plugin facilities like Yoast for WordPress that helps optimize content for search engines, increasing reach and visibility for PR-driven content. Okay. And now we will speak about some of the design elements that makes a corporate website really popular, that makes a corporate website really connect with visitors. The first one is clarity and simplicity. There is an example you can see. It is the website of the Infosys. Okay, an effective corporate website communicates clearly what the company does right from the home page. So right from the home page, every page of the company website should tell what it is doing in a clear and unambiguous language, in a concise manner. Avoid jargon. Use concise headlines and accessible language. Examples I have already mentioned. The website of Infosys, you can see how well it is structured, what it provides, what kind of information are on offer. The second important thing is responsive and mobile friendly design. How responsive your website is. Because different people will be accessing your website using different kind of devices, mostly mobile, tablets and desktop computers. So your website should be designed, it should have a responsive design for proper display on any kind of a screen, any kind of a device, including a desktop computer, a laptop computer, a mobile screen, a small screen, a tablet screen. Anywhere it should be efficiently displayed. More than 60% of users in India access websites via smartphones. So the web platform must be kept in mind while creating responsive designs. One example you can see is Tata Group's website that adjusts layout and graphics perfectly on mobile screens. This is an example. A third, user-centric navigation. It should be designed for user-centric navigation. The design should be user-centric to facilitate user-centric navigation. Menu items should be intuitive, well-structured and easy to locate. Key elements like about, contact, investor relations and press should be prominently visible. Examples, Mahindra.com, a website of Mahindra and Mahindra that features a mega menu that categorizes services, industry, the company initiatives clearly, that guides the user how to navigate that page. A fourth important factor is fast login speed. The login should be faster. Otherwise, the customer may lose interest. The user may lose interest. Users abandon websites that take longer than 3 seconds to load. Optimizing images, minimizing scripts, and using a good host improves speed. Examples, Reliance Industries optimized media files and uses CDN to ensure fast access globally. A fifth important prerequisite is high quality visuals and corporate media. Use professional photos, good quality photographs, use professionally developed videos and graphics to tell the brand story clearly with high quality content and impressive multimedia content that engages the audiences more than anything, and that also makes the access entertaining. Enhance credibility and emotional connection with visitors, because high quality content enhances credibility and emotional connect with the visitors, stakeholders of a company who are the target audiences of the company's public relation programs. An example is Wipro showcases, how Wipro's website, that is how it showcases videos and innovation imagery on homepage. A very important factor is strong visual hierarchy and branding, because how the visuals are organized, how it guides the eye to shift from one element to another, that is equally important. So consistent brand elements like color, fonts, logo help build trust and recall. Visual hierarchy guides eyes to the most important elements. That is, what are the most important elements and how your eye reaches those. Okay, that is important. That is headline, bottom, etc. Button, etc. Examples are BCG.com uses its trademark green accents with strong imagery for consulting insights. You can see the website. Okay, how strong it is visually and how it maintains a visual hierarchy to guide how the human eye moves from element to element. It also clearly conveys the brand priorities of the company. A seventh ingredient is integrated call to action, CTA. Call to actions should be clear what the company website wants the visitors to do, what the company wants its stakeholders to do. That should be clear, visible, and aligned with the user intent. Example, book demo. Place CTS, that is call to action buttons throughout the site for maximum impact, because wherever the visitor is on the website, they should find option to see CTA so that they can respond at the very moment they see it. Otherwise, there is a possibility that they may forget. A very good example is Zoho uses Strive for free CTS at the multiple scroll points. This is how it guides the visitor response, how the visitors are responding to the website's content when they are visiting, when they are moving from page to page. A very important consideration for modern websites is we see nowadays that websites are customized to a particular structure. Many websites are, especially the government ones, are customized to a particular structure that helps in establishing standard, that helps in guiding the users how to access, how to navigate the web page, how to move from pages to page, how to move from the home page to the different pages. Because they understand, for example, if you see the website, the corporate website, the website of educational establishment of an university nowadays, mostly you will observe that they have standardized the structure of their website, except few, few universities, educational institutions. You will see most of the universities have standardized their, official websites. Why they have done it? By standardizing, what they are trying to achieve? They are trying to guide the users, because the users also get accustomed to the standardized design. So the very moment they open a website, they understand where to seek the information, how to move from pages to page, what kind of information is available in which section of the web page. That helps the user, that guides the consumers to access the page, that guides the consumer to move from pages to pages. So that is emerging as a very useful trend. But certain organizations, you will see, they have no standardized structure, they have not subscribed to any standard. So when the visitor enters their website, tries to access information, sometimes they get confused where this information is available. If I seek information about a department in an university, often, in most of the cases, easily I go to the academic link, and from the academics link, we go to the departments. From the departments link, we search whatever information is required about the department. But in many other cases, they don't have, usually an organization doesn't have a standardized structure to guide the users. So they move from section to section, expecting from where to find that information. That is sometimes confusing. If that confusion is created, the user is likely to lose. It follows. So understanding the structure of a website, understanding the popular structures followed across the world nowadays is very important. So popular expectation, audience expectation, stakeholder expectation should also play a vital role in designing of the website, so that they do not face any trouble in navigating the pages from one link to another link, because all the pages are linked through through a term used to describe, that is hyperlinks. That actually is possible because of use of a specialized text, that is hypertext, for writing of the pages. So these are very important points. I hope you understood the meaning of a corporate website, the functions, the public relation functions it has been designed to perform, the designing issues that are important in building a corporate website, the prerequisites for establishing a corporate website, for designing a corporate website, the 4 different methods for building a corporate website, that is either using a website builder, CMS software, or the coding, learning the coding system, or hiring a external agency to build your websites. And what are the design elements that influence the navigational easiness of your corporate websites? So an understanding of all this will help you to build a interactive website and update the contents to engage your audiences, to make your corporate website as an effective tool of two-way communication. Thank you.